Ladies and gentlemen, this is Tonight with your host, Jack MeHoff. Misogynistic, flamboyantly loathsome on every imaginable level. Possibly the worst film of the last 20 years, and it has also been said that the film bears a cravenly piggish attitude towards rewarding socially unacceptable behaviour that feels unseemly rather than exciting. Ladies and gentlemen, we are talking about Project X. Grossing over 100 million US dollars in the box office and claiming the title of the most pirated video of 2012, the plot of Project X sees Tom, played by Thomas Mann, and that is no joke, celebrating his 18th birthday on the same weekend his parents go away for a wedding anniversary trip. He and his friends Costa, Oliver Cooper, and JB, Jonathan Daniel Brown, decide to have a party in Tom's family home in suburban Pasadena. Invitations are sent out through social media, and the party soon spirals out of control. Project X is not a film made for mature audiences or anyone with an ounce of sophistication. It's well and truly aimed at teenagers who will think that getting drunk, stoned, and trashing the family home is hilariously funny. What's disturbing about the film, which is directed by Nima Nuzar Rizadichdeh, is that it celebrates the sexist, minority-hating attitudes of its characters. It even suggests that after his house has been destroyed, Tom's father somehow envies his son for having such a great party. Women are just there to take their tops off and indulge in sex. Only pretty women need apply. A neighbour who complains his baby can't sleep is tasered by a security guard, and that's hilarious. A belligerent midget, and he's called, who crashes the party, is stuffed in an oven in what must represent a new low for Hollywood teen cinema. I couldn't help thinking what the founders of Warner Bros., the film's distributors, would think about that example of appalling taste. On top of it, all the film is supposedly photographed on a handheld video camera by one of the kids, which, of course, is simply an excuse for some truly dreadful camera work. I doubt I'll see a film this year I dislike more than this one. But that's just my humble and conservative opinion. The film is quite obviously aimed at young men with copycat large-scale parties claiming Project X as inspiration. But does the glorification of drugs and alcohol abuse filter down into broader society? Does the misogyny and clear objectification of women in this film only prove we have much further to go in regards to gender? Or are the creators of Project X riling 50-year-old critics and letting them do the marketing for them? Now, our reporters have done some of the investigating for you.
This is Alexandra Popov, a 22-year-old female from the eastern suburbs of Adelaide.
Since watching Project X, my friends and I have thrown a handful of parties trying to emulate it with thousands of guests. That's the only way to make friends, right? But yeah, we take heaps of drugs and drink all the time now. YOLO! I no longer see myself as a female, but an object. My boobies are my greatest asset, and watching Project X is the only reason why I think this.
Sex, drugs, and violence, the three main ingredients to a blockbuster movie. That is, if one ignores writing, cinematography, and the years of work put in by the cast and crew. So, does art imitate life, or is life imitating art? To get a better insight, we've enlisted the help of Dr. Phil Up a Glass, an expert in the field.
Yeah, putting Project X aside, the topics of sex and drug use can be seen creeping into most films in the past decade. Our youth are affected by the representation of illicit drug use in film, and this is misconstrued panic raised by worried parents from the government, perhaps. This glorified portrayal of illicit drugs brings up about 2 points. The growing drug problem among youth combined with the reality that teenagers are heavy consumers of motion pictures. At a younger age, it is difficult to know the difference between what might be considered the norm and what is acceptable. I mean, we see topless females and males plastered as sex objects all the time. But does this desensitize people or just make it the norm? I don't know. I don't know. Many also feel that the bombardment of drug use or the objectification of women is normal, but I'm not sure. Does that lead to happiness or acceptance? That I don't think that it's the role of the film industry to educate the public about public health or gender issues.
Well, that's it for tonight, folks. But let me know what you think. Head to Twitter and hashtag JackMeOffTonight, or go over to our website, www.jackmeofftonight.com.au. Thanks for tonight, guys. Remember, keep a firm grip and have a good night.